Very good Sunday evening. Thanks for clicking on to Vogan's European Outlook. You can see here off the GFS 2 meter temperature anomalies here that Britain is very much in a battleground between milder to the south, where we've seen record breaking heat across Spain and France, and even extending into the southern half of the UK. But colder has remained over Scotland and parts of Northern Ireland as well. And of course, the core of that cold has been centered over Scandinavia. You can see, you don't really get much of a bigger anomaly here in range between 10, 15 below normal across parts of Scandinavia, 10 to 15, even 20 above normal across Iberia here. So we've got a big extreme range in temperature over Europe. But as we go through the next several days, we've got another series of frontal systems that is going to push its way into the UK, bumping into the colder. We've got the rain, we've got the sleet, we've got the snow. That has been the story all winter long, really. But it's as we press towards the second half of this week, that is when things get very interesting indeed here. And I'll talk about that in just a second. But generally speaking, I think as we go into tomorrow night, I apologise for that. As we go into tomorrow night, we've got a frontal system that has a little bit more oomph to it. That is going to have more impact as it pushes milder air temperatures into the 10 to 14 Celsius range across southern parts of the British Isles, but staying considerably colder across the north. And it's as that moisture enters the colder air, we're going to see rain changing over to snowfall here. Now, over the higher parts of the Highlands, we've seen the snow really start to tally up here. We're starting to see quite a deep snowpack. I was driving down through the Highlands today on the A9 with work, and you could see the depth increasing in terms of snow. By the time we reach the middle part of this week, I think we're going to add potentially another foot or so of snow over the Highlands here. And what that's doing is it's building up a significant snowpack that once we start to see the cold air build over Europe and start to retrograde westwards as the high pressure builds over top of the British Isles to the north, that circulation in the atmosphere is going to start to pick up the intensifying cold over Scandinavia and drag it westwards. Now, the significance about having snow, even the low levels, would be that as that cold air mass retrogrades westwards, where it runs over the fresh snow cover, it weakens minimally, and it definitely provides the opportunity here for by far the coldest spell of the winter so far. So I think it's on the horizon, and I do think it could have some very significant impacts indeed across the British Isles as we go forward here. Trying not to buy into individual model runs, but looking at the trend, looking at the potential, and it looks as if the sudden stratospheric warming event that took place at the beginning of this month is finally starting to show its hand, starting to show its response down through the troposphere here. And that's something I've been harping on about for quite some time. A little bit too early in bringing that response down to the lowest levels, but unless I'm way wrong here, I do think that we have got that bitterly cold easterly airflow coming in as we go forward here. So as we skip through the sequence here, I want you to pay attention here to the building cold. Now, you've got a lot of warm air trying to push its way northwards. It's fighting up against that cold air. And notice here how it starts to expand, it starts to intensify, and it really starts to push its way over the western side of Europe and over the British Isles here. This could be a real deal, and it could produce the coldest temperatures in the last decade or so. The UK hasn't seen -18 since 2010. I think it is possible that if you get the right setup, if you get the depth of cold and, of course, the widespread snow cover, that is achievable as we go towards the second week of February here. But certainly this is the GFS ensemble, and it is indicating some very cold air pushing its way westwards over Europe as we go through the first half of February here, and that would be the response to that southern stratospheric warming. That's it for today. Hope you have a great one, and I'll be back in the next couple of days with more. Bye for now.